Hello and welcome to New Angeles in about 3 minutes. It is a game for 4 to 6 players. There is no solo mode. Playing time is around 2 hours. It's a moderately complex game. Welcome to New Angeles, city of the future, home of the space elevator and cyberpunk dystopian corporate enclave. 6 powerful megacorporations have claimed extraterritorial rights in New Angeles. They are the law. Life is cheap, people are resources to be consumed. Which one of you will make the right deals and emerge as the most powerful megacorp? Cooperative, competitive, and traitor. The victory conditions in this game are complex. At the start of the game, you'll be dealt a secret objective card. In this example, Hasbioroid wins if they have more capital at the end of the game than 3 other players. Global Sec and Melange Mining have been dealt each other's cards, which means they must have more capital than their rival to win. Genteki must have more than Wayland, NBN must have more than Genteki, and finally, Wayland is secretly working for the government to sink the entire project and wins if the threat level reaches 25, in which case all other players lose. So this game can have multiple winners, and if no one is working for the government and the threat level reaches 25, all players lose. Player turn. The game is broken into 6 turns, with a demand phase every second turn. However, there are several rounds of play happening for each turn. The number of rounds in a turn is determined by the previous event card. Place 1 asset face down for each number shown here. The first asset is then placed in the middle. The active player then puts forward one of their cards as the main offer. The next player can pass or place their own counter offer in, discarding a number of cards equal to the offers already in place. Once all players have passed or put a counter offer into play, voting begins. The 2 players who placed their offers cannot vote for them, but can beg, whine, and plead to their heart's content. The other players vote on the offers by discarding cards face down in turn order. In this case, the main offer wins. The player putting that offer forward takes the asset in the middle of the table and then chooses how the offer card is used. The overall goal of these offers is to produce the goods needed to meet the demand card that has been drawn. Each region can be impacted by a variety of status effects that can change how well they produce or even if they produce at all. Once all assets have been bid on in a turn, draw an event and resolve it. This may cause enemies to move on the board, and if any enemies reach this space, you increase the threat level by 2. Each corporation also has a secret goal for each demand phase, which gives them extra capital if they achieve it. Play continues until the final demand phase or the threat level reaches 25. Why would you like this game? New Angeles is the perfect game for a group who enjoys intense negotiation games and a real cutthroat atmosphere. The world the game is set in is a rich one and is shared by games like Netrunner, Android, and Infiltration. The corporations all have character and will want to focus on specific aspects of running the city. This is backed up by the offer cards they draw, which are focused on that area. There are a heap of unique assets to bid on, which allow for emergent playstyles and extra complications. It also looks really nice set up, with high quality figures, cards, and art. The single best thing about this game is that almost every action is based on negotiation. There is very little randomness outside of the event cards. However, the trader aspect in this game might be its weakest point. I feel that rampant greed between the corporations would have made for enough tension anyway, and if the Federalist is discovered, there is very little they can do at that point to impact the game. It also requires a group committed to the idea of negotiation-heavy play. This is not a game for casual gamers and will likely fall flat with many groups. This game shares a lot of the concepts of Battlestar Galactica, but has more emphasis on negotiation and a less refined traitor system. And if you like the idea of a negotiation-heavy game but want something simpler, I recommend Chinatown. If you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and check out our Patreon.